So here I am trying to figure out why it's still puddling up with water down here, considering I have sealed off everything on the roof. All the other leaks have stopped. I've had to pull down this bit of dressing rail that went across the top there, just here. I've had to pull that down, and I've just pumped the top full of silicone. You can see a little bit up there, I don't know. A little bit of silicone up in there. And all along, in any gap I found along the top there, I filled in. And I went around all the tech screws on the top, which were letting in water as well because they weren't seated correctly. But I've been poking around trying to figure out why there's water down here, and I was looking over here and I could see light on the polystyrene on the back there. I could see what light through it and think, oh, where's that coming in from? And I go around the outside and there's this massive crack all the way down, and that was been letting in all this water down here, which is why this bit here was getting drenched. I thought it had something to do with like a hole in the corner because I could see light through there, but that's completely blocked off with silicone. So what I've done here, I've gone through my assortment of bits and bobs, and I have got some body filler, and I'm just using body filler to fill in those gaps. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I have all sorts of car products and anything I need I basically have here. So this is what I'm doing at the moment. So that is the crack I had. It started at the top there and it came all the way down, and there was a couple of really massive holes in it. So I am, especially over here, there was a massive hole over here. I've filled that in. So I am just going to keep going around while I've got the body filler out. Just go around and fill in all the little holes I've got in it, and I'll come back to this when it's dry and probably whack a bit more in there just to make sure it's full. Otherwise, all the tech screws I've gone over with silicone, so they should all be pretty full. There shouldn't be any water getting in through these. All the little cracks in the top I found as well, I've dealt with them. So it's just going around the outside now. I've been up and down this ladder every day this week, basically. The last week and a half I've been up and down that ladder. There's a few little things I can patch up around here. Like on the back there, there's a little bit of a thing that needs fixing there, and one over here as well. Block all them back up. There's a few places like on top there where the body filler is starting to come out, so I'll deal with that. But yeah, I'm getting there. I've only got to fit the seat belts on. Once the seat belts are fitted, that will be the seats are ready to go back down again. I've got a nut now for here. I need to grind it off, grind all the points off it to make it kind of round, so then that will go on and hopefully keep my windscreen wiper on. And other than that, that's basically all it needs. I'm just trying to make it watertight at the moment while I wait for stuff to happen. I got a welder in the truck over there, so I will start welding brackets together to mount the seat belts, but until then we'll just keep working on this. So the problem I'm having at the moment is that this is where the crack was. It kind of starts up here and comes down kind of like this, and over to here where there was that big dent, where this is kind of where the hole was, somewhere around here, and down here as well. So the crack kind of comes down there. Because I rushed into this and didn't think ahead, I didn't bother kind of flattening the metal out so it was all smooth before I put the Bondo in. So I kind of got this lip across here where it's all kind of bogged in. So it's going to be like an arch, kind of a bubble in it like that. But at the moment I just got to keep working, try and get as much of this smooth as I can. But yeah, it's getting there, it's starting to get better. I've just spent the last hour again resealing the top. Just found a few more little holes in places. The rivet that was there completely popped off, so that had broken, and when it broke all the seal along here as well. So I dug it all out with the scalpel, with the craft knife, and I have refilled it, and then I put the screw in there trying to screw it together, but it just keeps popping in the hole. so that's better than nothing. It will at least hold it in place and stop the water from going through. Other than that, I am just going to keep sanding away. And I've just gone and put another couple of layers of Bondo on here, just sanding as I go, and then try and smooth it out, do it again, smooth it out, do it again, just trying to get that looking good. Don't really want all the dents and dings that obvious. Got one on the back here that I've sort of done and painted. So there was one here that I had, and I've sort of painted it. I've primed it and painted it. It's very shiny, this silver paint, compared to the rest of the paint, so I might have to look at trying to find a different silver. But that one turned out alright. There's still a couple of little dings in it, like if you get right up close, you can see one about there-ish kind of thing. So there's still a few little marks in it, but I did an alright job there. Just whacked another bit of Bondo on there as well. So this is the opposite side. The silver is really obvious when you stand back and look at it, but hopefully it won't be too bad in the end. There's a few little holes I'm patching up here and there and putting some screws in and whatnot, so it's been a long couple of hours just tinkering away trying to get stuff right. Here I've made my two brackets that I'm going to weld onto the seats. 10mm hole in each, so I can have an M10 in there. And I'm going to, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a line across here where I'm going to bend it. So it'll be kind of just a little bend, but I won't do it tonight because it's now 6:30 at night and it's pretty dark out there. So I'll do that tomorrow, and then I'll weld them on tomorrow. And hopefully that'll be good. So here we have the seats with the bracket put on there. Not the best weld job in the world, but it will hold. I've already welded them and I've grinded them to try and make them flat, get rid of as much of the weld splash as I can, because I was using an arc welder rather than anything else, but that's what I got. Well, that's what I could get my hands on. And this one here as well. This is the driver's seat, and it looks a little bit better because this is what you see as soon as the door opens. As you'll see this, and again the weld on the bottom, it's on there, but it's not the nicest looking thing in the world, but it will do. So they're just primed, and I'm just gonna whack some black paint on them shortly. And it's now been painted with what, 3 coats of paint, an undercoat and then 3 top coats. So that should be nice and good, all shiny. So I just sprayed it about 10 minutes ago, and one over here as well. So whilst they are drying, I am going to try and deal with some of the mess in the cab. Now as it's starting to get dark, I am fitting the seats. As you can see, I've put the wooden block back in. I've painted it black. Got a bit of a split here where the wood join was, but I'm sure I can wiggle that down and make it disappear like that. Yeah, there's the bracket I welded on. That's the whole, if I can hold the camera still. It's a bit of a flex, but that is the whole seat base rather than just the bracket. The bracket's on there pretty good. Might have to do some plastic welds to cover up these nasty holes. But and I might have to drill that hole out. That's a 10mm hole. I might have to drill out to a 12mm hole to make space for seatbelts. I've got some on order. but being as I have basically to the end of the week to move the bus to another place because my neighbours are having their driveway done, so they need to be able to get into the driveway. I've robbed the belt off the, that's the seat belt out of the centre of the truck. So it was a 3-seater across the front, and that's the centre belt. So I will just whack it onto here so I can at least have a seat belt while driving it to its new location around the corner. But at the moment I am just finishing off the rising blocks for the other side of the front seat here. So they're off getting painted, and I'll have to rebolt the passenger seat back in, which I'm trying to get the height right again because they had 3 blocks under there, and I think it's about right now, but I'll have to check again. Otherwise, that's mostly all I've done so far. Oh, I've been doing a lot of Bondo and silicon on the roof. Been doing a bit of silicon up there because not silicon, just Bondo, because it's got a bit of a leak along these seams. So I don't know if that's coming from up the front there, or at the very top and it's running down, or there's a leak at the bottom and it's coming in. But either or, that should do it for now. Okay, so that's about all for now. If you liked the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, let me know, because I am constantly doing work on this contraption. So hopefully you'll hang around and see the next video, which the seats will be bolted in by then, and hopefully I'll be getting a little bit more done. But until then, adios.